Well, now.
We live inside the dream.
Hey everybody, my name is Michael Rosso, Film Photography Podcast. I'm here in the studio with John Fideli.
Hello, bruv.
Mark Dalzell.
Hi.
And Hattie Stellato.
Special guest star.
Yay.
Special guest star.
Over across the pond.
Special guest star.
Yay.
Special guest star.
Over across the pond.
That's right. We need British representation, as we'll discuss later on when we read our letters.
We're under attack.
Exactly.
December 1st, 2023, 11 a.m., and that means one thing for anyone who's really into film photography. And that is that Harman is releasing Phoenix 200, a brand new color 35mm film. And we have here...
Color?
Is that their first color film?
Yes.
It's the very first, is it?
Yes.
They even spelled color wrong on the box.
We have a letter here. What do you call this?
Unsealing.
There's a letter
The winner is all of us.
from the Harman Managing Director, Greg Summers, as read by Mark Dalzell.
As one of the world's leading manufacturers of photographic film, we are regularly asked why we don't make a color film. You can hear
He
the
says
U.
color.
You can hear the U in it.
Color.
Our belief has always been that this wasn't feasible. We were wrong. In late 2022, a small team started a secret skunkworks project to see whether we could design, coat, and manufacture a brand new color film at our UK facility. With each step, we learned something new, and we now feel it is time to share this with the film community. HARMAN Phoenix 200 is the first ever color film made entirely from emulsion to cassette at our Mobberley factory, a significant yet incredibly exciting milestone. They're in Cheshire. They're in Knutsford, Cheshire.
Okay.
So if you know
That's where that cat comes from.
it's near there.
Go on.
Like the mythical phoenix, this new film represents hope, rebirth, and transformation. It signals the start of a new legacy for Harman and the beginning of an exciting new chapter in our history. It's also a beacon of hope for the film community.
It is.
That is so heavily reliant on a single manufacturer for its color film. Ooh.
Who more that?
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Getting douchey now. Go on.
Our marketing team will say this is a vibrant, contrasty, and quirky film full of character. But it is also our first, and we know this film is not perfect. After all, it did start as an experiment. This is why it will be a limited edition. Don't worry, we plan to make enough for people to buy it from their usual stockists around the world. That said, we are incredibly proud of what we've achieved in a relatively short time, and we are already looking to the future. Sales from this film will allow us to further invest, refine, and improve our formulations, coating capabilities, and color technology. Our aim is that each new color film we produce will be an improvement on the previous. We will never abandon our black and white products or our heritage, but our ambitions for color are limitless because we believe this market needs healthy competition. Hopefully, you're as excited about this news as we are, and I'm sure you have plenty of questions. We have included some facts, and our teams are available for any follow-up questions you may have. Thank you for agreeing to test this world's newest color film. We hope you will get behind this project and support Harman's color journey. Yours sincerely, Greg Summers, Managing Director of Harman Technology.
P.S. God save the Queen.
Well, luckily, we're experts on the British film and camera industry, so we know all this stuff.
Apparently, yeah.
That's right. So, folks listening at home, you can go right now to filmphotographystore.com, and we have our very first batch of Harman Phoenix color.
Very limited amount or a decent amount?
We have our first batch.
Yeah.
This is all very exciting. And now, folks, we're going to do our Siskel and Ebert review, Harman Phoenix film.
Color.
Because we got some test rolls, and I have to admit, I am still testing my roll, but I did see Trev Lee from thedarkroom.com. I saw his images, and I saw all the images sent over by Harman. I've seen all the test images, and I was very excited to get this to Mark. And Mark.
Well, let me ask you, because I have not seen those. Do mine look anything like theirs?
Yes.
They have a different landscape.
Have you done any
obviously.
tweaking of yours?
Very, very minimal. I would say basically no. It's very, very red. It almost looks like red scale for me.
Right.
And I did a pretty wide range of shooting indoor with, incandescent, tungsten style light, outside on a sunny day. There's a picture there that I took at the dog park that was taken at 12:30 in the afternoon on a sunny day.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's
Were those leaves red?
not that red. No. But the things that are sort of red, like if you look at the nose on the dog, like his nose is not that red. But anything that tends to go red, it blows red.
Loves red.
So that's interesting.
That is interesting.
There's not a lot of blues and greens.
The default go-to color is red for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like here's an example. So this is Hattie took the same picture at the same time on her cell phone. Right. So that's what the natural colors were. It's like it took those green trees and made them red.
So here's some information about the film coming direct from Harman. Can I see those?
HARMAN Phoenix 200 is an experimental C41 color film and the first ever made by Harman Photo. As such, it has characteristics that make this very different to the more traditional, established C41
This is why I don't
color
have John read.
negative film.
Can you just read?
I am reading.
I'm just telling you, Hattie, that's why you never hear John, because he always gets cut.
I am reading. Don't touch me. I'll read it normal now?
Yes, please.
Okay. In addition to the risk of occasional coating anomalies.
Oh, Sheldon.
In addition to the risk of occasional coating anomalies, this film does not have masking dyes and limited anti-halation incorporated into the base layer. This means that striking halation effects around bright light sources and reflections are possible. I didn't see any in your shots, though. In addition to its atypical color rendering, this film has a distinctly analog look when shooting certain scenes in color palettes. It does. Yeah. That's for sure. I didn't see any.
Well, maybe that's what the
bright light.
Maybe that's what the red. And it's interesting because the film base itself is actually yellow,
it's olive,
or kind of. What do you call that? Well, but that's the actual emulsion.
It's mustard yellow.
But the backing itself is kind of brownish.
Where'd you get this?
That looks like extra virgin olive oil.
Oh,
I didn't shoot the whole roll.
Oh, you didn't shoot the whole roll?
No, because it got to be yesterday afternoon. I was like, all right, I got to develop this and try it and scan it.
Okay.
So, I haven't finished. There's about 6 or 7 left on here.
So, what do you think?
It's good. It's just very red and purpley, which isn't normally my style.
Is it not normally?
It is not my style. It makes me think of what I always say about the Kodak Max and Kodak Gold films, is I feel like they tend to go kind of reddish and purple.
It's distinctive.
It looks like red scale. Like some of these pictures, like this one I shot inside with incandescent lighting, fully looks like a red scale picture. Like it's so red. And there's nothing in that picture that's really red at all.
So in the listing for this on the FPP, experimental color film.
Well, it is.
They're saying it's an experimental C41 color film.
Yeah.
See, once you say it's experimental, that's your, you're out.
Right. It worked for Impossible.
Yeah. No, absolutely. See, my take of seeing all the shots that have been coming in has been but I'm looking at it from the perspective of, a lomography purple, a lomography metropolis, the fact that we have Kodak Portrait, we have Kodak Ektar, we have, this is different.
Yeah. And I have no problem with it. It's not something because it does not look like Portrait. It doesn't look like Ektar. It doesn't look like FPP 125, which is my favorite. Like the really natural, sort of subdued, muted color palette. This just grabs a color like Kodachrome used to do with red. Like if you took a picture of something red, it just put a circle around that red thing.
Right.
I feel like that's what this does. Is it just skews everything red. Or in the case of, this one did come out kind of greenish, but this was shot under fluorescent lights, and it makes everything go green, which is kind of odd. So you can kind of spot the stuff that was any of my pictures that have green in them were taken under fluorescence. So basically those two. So it definitely shifts the palette in interesting directions.
Right.
Whereas I like my stuff to be very natural.
It's more akin to a Lomo film, don't you think?
Yeah. Or a cross-processed, or it looks like something's been done to it. Yeah.
I think the fact that they're making this from scratch, in a factory that has only manufactured black and white is probably quite a feat.
And they're going to put out other stuff, which is the good news.
Right. I'm excited to shoot this film because I'm looking for something different. I wouldn't bring this film to a wedding or to my Uncle Louie's 90th birthday party, something where you're going to show it to family members. Because then they'll be like, I don't understand. Why?
They won't get it, no.
Yeah.
Well, that's the old Lomo thing from 10 years ago when, I would shoot in my spinner with whatever, silly film. And then people would be like, what? Why don't you just take a picture with your phone like normal people?
Or every picture, John, you've taken and shown your in-laws.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
What's
all those white spots? Why is it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I think this is a great thing. I think if someone's looking for a professional 35mm film, I think you should go buy your Kodak Ektar and Kodak Portrait.
Ektar,
If you're looking to have fun,
Hey, man, shoot it for yourself and tell us what you think.
Yeah, and the great thing about this film is, 35 millimeter. It's DX coded. You can pop it in any camera, and there's no other formats right now. No 120. There's no other formats. No 8 millimeter. Please consider picking up a roll at the filmphotographystore.com and write us podcast at filmphotographyproject.com.
Cheerio.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do our dedication in the next show, John.
And this is going right up on my canister shelf, too.
And this show is dedicated to King Charles, by the way. I just want everyone to know. No, I'm just saying, this is made in England.
Oh.
Hattie's made in England.
King,
You're made in Canada.
King Prince Charles. I didn't know who you were talking about. King Prince Charles, yes.
Oh, you don't call him King Charles? You refuse?
He's just always going to be King Prince Charles to me.
Okay.
He's been Prince Charles my whole life.
So, well, great. Podcast at filmphotographyproject.com. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Hattie.
Uh-oh.
A disc camera makes a great gift, but make sure it has an automatic flash, automatic exposure, ideally a 5-year power pack, automatic wind-on, most important, a glass lens, and the button that does it all for you. This Kodak disc camera will give you all 6 for around £30. There are cheaper cameras, but then something has to go. The Kodak disc camera, the complete Christmas gift.
Hey, we're back. Hi, Hattie.
That's all the preparation you get.
Hello.
So, you born in the UK?
I was.
Where in the UK were you born?
I am from Nottingham.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Oh,
Is that
okay.
where Robin Hood's from?
Yeah.
Oh.
We actually went back in the summer and got inside the tree.
Is that
Yeah, we
right?
went to Sherwood Forest. It was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
That is awesome.
Welcome to Sherwood.
I've been here 8 years.
In New Jersey?
Yes.
Wow, okay. So I really can't ask about
That's why she has an Italian name now, because she's been here for 8 years.
New Jersey pizza, because you've been experiencing New Jersey pizza for a very long time.
Yeah. Give like 2 months where I drove around the country. It's always been New Jersey.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You prefer New Jersey over every place you've ever been?
No.
Oh.
Spoken like a true New Jerseyan.
You are now shooting film photography.
Yes.
Okay.
I've gotten her back. I've dragged her back into it.
I studied at college, which I think is American high school.
So you had done a lot of film. You've done darkroom stuff, and you've done developing. She's done it all
So you
before.
have a background in it before you started redoing it
Yes.
here.
Yeah, but it's way back
Way
in
back.
there.
But is it like riding a bike? It's coming
Yeah.
back to you?
Yeah, we're doing it slowly.
Okay.
She dove right in. Now she'll come over and I'm going to go in the kitchen, develop some film. I'm like, all right, I'm just watching a car show. She's in there sitting on the floor, agitating, scanning. She's all over the place.
What most attracts you to wanting to shoot film?
I like the developing,
Oh, yeah?
making the picture.
Okay. I think that could be said for all of us, don't you think?
Absolutely.
100%.
There's always that little tingly feeling you get
Right.
when you open the canister after
Yeah.
chemicals.
The
like,
tingly feeling. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I see something.
I got pictures from my Uncle Lou's 90th birthday party.
Like, to date, like in like the last 6 months, what's your favorite camera that you've been shooting with?
I used the T4 and
Okay.
then-
Yashica.
that you had last week,
Coronet that she bought for me.
and then a Holga. Yeah. That's
Okay.
What I used before.
Which then the Holga's that's been a mess. We're gonna go get a different
Really?
Holga.
Why?
It's my own fault. It's like it's one of the Holga 120F that has the built-in flash.
Oh, yeah.
And on the inside, it's got batteries and has a little mask that holds the batteries in. But mine's missing that mask.
Oh.
So we've been shooting it without that,
And it hasn't been
and
flashing.
it's been it doesn't flash anyway. But I think the camera is not fully light tight without that thing in. It's been getting messed up. So I got
My
to.
favorite photos I've ever taken were in Holga.
Yeah, this was like a messed up Holga. I got to junk this one, but I've got a couple of colored ones. I have one that's like macaroni and cheese colored that she wants to try.
I wonder what this Phoenix film would look like in a Holga, in like a lo-fi plastic camera.
If they come out with
That'd be
120.
interesting. I wonder what this Phoenix film would look like in a Holga. In like a lo-fi plastic camera.
If they come out with 120.
So you take your Phoenix 35 film, you in the darkroom, you strip it into a 120 backing paper,
Yeah.
lay it in,
Peanuts.
and then you roll it.
Well, Holga makes 35 millimeter cameras too.
That's right.
Oh, that's true. The Holga 135.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stoops.
I've got one.
Yeah.
That would look fun.
Maybe
Or,
I'll-
of course,
I'll
you
finish
could-
this roll in it.
Or you were
go.
thinking shooting sprockets.
Sprockets.
Yeah.
Either way.
Well, why not? Yeah.
There's a Holga pinhole. There's a Holga stereo cameras.
Yeah,
Holga makes everything.
Time to wake this show up.
Now's the time our sprockets when we dance.
Whole lot of Holga going on.
I'm looking forward to scanning this Phoenix film because I want to see my results versus your results.
I was surprised because holding them up to the light when I first took them out, I thought, "Oh, these are gorgeous." And then once I scanned them and they went so red, it was unexpected.
Right.
Because the negatives look great.
Well, what are you going to be shooting differently than him? Well, now there's no leaves on the trees.
So I'm going to shoot a few shots of Pompton Lakes. After we finish recording, I'm going to take us outside for our group shot.
There were no skin tones on your films. You didn't shoot any
I
faces.
pulled the skin off of everything I shoot.
Oh, okay.
That's why it was so red.
But you shot no people.
I never shoot people.
Okay.
Really?
It's my daughter or
Yeah.
A dog.
So you're gonna
graffiti,
have to shoot some
dogs,
faces.
landscapes.
What?
You shoot some faces to see how it looks with flesh tones.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
true.
Okay.
Or with flash, because I don't use flash either.
Oh, that's a good point. Flash. Yeah, I hope folks will, experiment with the film and shoot in different lighting situations. But I think that folks that are just new to film, I just think that, they're very excited about the whole concept of film. It's sort of like when I see folks on Instagram shooting, Cinestill 800T, but they're shooting outside tungsten film, so their film images are blue,
Yeah.
and they don't care. They're like, "Oh my God, this is so great!"
Yeah.
Like
It's
there's
unique. It's
sort of like kind of the rules have been tossed out the window.
yeah. There are no rules anymore.
No.
It's whatever people find acceptable,
Yeah, I would agree with that.
and that's why people shoot vertically now
Oh, I would agree with that.
because people don't want to have to turn their phones like this. That's why TikTok and everything is vertical, so you can keep your
that
phone
true?
in the vertical position.
I don't know. What do you guys
So
think about
freaking
that?
true.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because Hattie's been shooting her 6x6 Holga, and because she's so used to shooting a 6x4.
Yeah, I texted him earlier and said I'm so conditioned to turning my phone and stuff
Yes.
that I'm turning the camera so I'm looking at the film strip, and even though it's a square picture, some are upways and some are sideways.
She's shooting her Holga sideways.
Wow.
So it's just ingrained.
Yep, it's a part of the culture now. So
It really is anything goes when it comes to that. I
absolutely.
still haven't acclimated myself to the TikTok.
you still shoot horizontal.
I still shoot horizontal. Yeah.
Post on TikTok horizontally.
Well, the thing is, when I post an instructional video on YouTube, I mean, YouTube, they do have YouTube Shorts, which is vertical, but YouTube in general is horizontal.
yes.
So it's just kind of, confusing. So usually when I cut a video that was horizontal to a short, I then make it square.
Well, and that brings me to what I was going to say, which that's the problem I have with Instagram, is that I want to go and make an Instagram post, but it forces you basically
To go square?
to go square. So there's tons of times where I want to post a picture, I'm like, it's not going to work square.
It doesn't have to be square anymore.
It doesn't have to be, but then you get the bars on the edge, which look terrible. So, posting on Instagram changes the way I shoot sometimes, because sometimes I'll shoot and I'll, as I'm framing it, I think, let me make sure I can get something good and square out of this in case it's a good one.
Good and square.
Everyone
and square.
Everyone has a beautiful widescreen phone. I just don't really understand. I never understood.
Because people are lazy and people don't want to have to turn their phones like this to look at it.
Whereas all of these
That's what it
pictures I've
is.
taken, I've edited and I've cropped it down so it's square because I like it square.
Yeah, I like square. Just sometimes the world isn't square.
Yeah.
That's true.
You folks have an opinion about aspect ratio? Podcast at filmphotographyproject.com. By the way, we got a
When
lot.
I was a kid, it was 4x3, and we liked it that way.
We got a lot of letters, and our topic today. This is a special bonus episode. Honoring the king, the queen. God rest her soul.
Oh, Hattie's still sad about that.
Hattie, Darren, Mark from Canada. This is all about the UK.
Yeah.
That's why.
HARMAN Phoenix made from scratch a brand new 35mm film. It's very exciting.
Yes, it is.
And we are experts on the British camera.
We're going to find out about that when we come back.
Introducing the amazing Minolta Maxim, the world's easiest SLR, because it alone has built-in automatic focusing. Look, Maxim's autofocus lets you get perfect shots before others can even focus. Change lenses. Maxim again gets the shots that used to get away.
Only the human eye focuses faster.
Minolta Maxim.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
Hey, we're back. Hey, we got a letter from Clive Cart. I don't want to mispronounce his name. I don't want to mispronounce his name.
Of all mispronunciations I have ever heard of my name,
Clive Carty.
yours is by far the worst.
Now, Clive, if you're listening, probably not. But if you are, if you actually listen to the show, come on, man. I mean, this is all tongue-in-cheek. We don't... I mean, maybe we should announce every episode that we're not experts.
No, we never claimed to be.
The only time we're more experty is if Matt is on the show,
right.
if Leslie's on the show, or Mark O'Brien's on the show.
Right.
Those folks are more experty. We're not experts. We shoot the pictures.
You're very knowledgeable, but you're not an
Just
expert.
not about photography.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to cut myself short. I'm very knowledgeable about things,
You have
but
knowledge, but you're not an expert.
I'm not like super technical. I just, I'm more like the feel. Like I'll be like, oh, can I feel that? Yeah. Oh, let me look at that emotion. Oh, I'll look at the emotion. Oh, that's EXR Kodak film from the 90s. Like I know. But start asking me technical questions about the curves, or can I see the technical chart on that? Like, no,
or where it was made.
So anyhow, we have a letter here from Clive, and Clive, I hope you'll join us, and this is all in good fun because we're going to roast you. There you go. You can read Clive's letter.
You want me?
First thing I say is a famous quote from that wonderful movie Stripes. Lighten up, Francis. Go ahead. I'll read it.
It starts out, Dear Sir, Madam, referring to podcast 312, Coronet 1220.
That was the last podcast, by the way.
Yeah, this was like
very quick.
2 weeks ago.
By the way, this is the freshest letter we've ever read on the show.
I know. It came in like 4 hours after that episode aired. Like he immediately was on his Smith Corona.
Read on.
I admire and compliment you on your work in the USA, but...
That's how they do it, the English. They throw you
backhanded.
a compliment, and then they dig.
Look at my,
Hattie?
look at my glove.
Shit sandwich.
What?
Yeah,
go for it.
I just said shit sandwich.
Oh.
Do something nice. Shit in the middle.
Yes.
Something nice.
Exactly. Well, we're going to hear Darren swear in a few minutes.
Oh, boy.
I admire and compliment you on your work in the USA, but please... do not comment on the Made in England camera industry. I have never heard such ignorant, arrogant, moronic opinions voiced about the English camera manufacturing industry. The garbage that was spoken by whoever it was talking about the Coronet 1220, etc., was stunning in its stupidity. I actually found it personally insulting.
What?
I could list the endless errors, e.g., gee, was 620 film available in England? Dear God! Honestly. How do you think that Kodak sold products in the British Empire and the Sterling Zone in general? Yes, bright ones, try Googling.
The Google.
Kodak.
It actually says this, or you're making this up?
No, I'm saying every word.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Yes, bright ones. Try Googling Kodak, Harrow, London, the largest Kodak camera manufacturing plant outside of Rochester. Or perhaps research the largest camera manufacturing plant in Europe, Houghton Butcher, Ensign, in Walthamstow, London. I could write a book about the Made in England camera industry. Again, my sincere compliments to you on your work.
There's the other piece of the shit sandwich.
In the USA.
That's the bread.
It's the bread. It's the second slice.
But please, never again talk about English cameras or the Made in England camera manufacturing industry. Regards, Clive Carty.
Never.
An Englishman living in Italy.
I didn't know what to do, so
Lighten up, Francis.
I contacted our
make me cry again.
our British
our man in Britain.
our man in Britain.
Our man on the ground.
Yeah, so here's what Darren had to say.
Yo! Oh God, I went all American. Yo, hey, yo! I've just been listening to the podcast. Very good, entertaining as always. That letter, complaining about how on earth you don't know. How do you not know that 620 film was sold in the UK? Fucking hell. He also, he called it, he mentioned the British Empire. I think anyone who kind of refers to the British Empire, you need to put a little red mark against them. There's a red flag there because You always get the impression, the good old days, he wants it all back.
Mm-hmm.
Those times of colonialism, they were so wonderful. Not sure. He got very angry. He got really angry, and all I could make out was that he was complaining. He said he could write a book about the number of mistakes. No, he said you made loads of mistakes. The only vague mistake you could have made in that, and it's not even a mistake, was you weren't sure whether Kodak was selling film in the UK back in the 50s. And that's barely a mistake. You didn't say they weren't selling film. And then that was the only thing that he pulled you up on, despite saying there were loads of mistakes. And then he said, I could write a book about the UK camera industry. Go for it. Get that book written. Just don't be so negative. Make it positive. Yeah, he needs to chill out. God. I mean, on the day that podcast came out yesterday, and he emailed you, I reckon, straight after he listened to it. Yeah. What a bell end. He's a British man living in Italy. He's living the dream. You've been to Italy. It's fucking gorgeous. God, he's got nothing better to do with his life. Look forward to the next podcast. See you guys. I love this guy. I love him.
A part of me thinks that this dude's actually pulling our legs by being so,
it's so great.
British.
Dear Sir Stroke Madam.
British. Exactly.
Well, that's good then. So that's cool.
Either way, good or bad, it's still funny.
And I just want to clarify, all I said was, I was surprised that 620 was so common in 50s England that this camera company would specifically make a winder that fit 620 native into their cameras. It's just I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Well, that was his button.
But geez.
It doesn't change the fact that the Coronet 1220 is still crap.
It's terrible. As is all British cameras. They're all terrible. They're all terrible.
They're going to invade America just for that now.
What?
No, he didn't mean that, folks. He's joking.
Name one good English camera.
Me?
Yeah.
I did on that episode. I said I have the full spread of my British cameras are. I have the Coronet, which is terrible. I have an Ensign, which is slightly less terrible, and then I have my McMurdo 4x5 technical view camera, which is incredible.
So there you go.
That's it. But show me like a 35mm British SLR. I mean, I don't know of any. I'm not saying there aren't any.
You're stunningly stupid, then, aren't you?
I'm moronic and an ignoramus, and.
But you're a wonderful chap.
Yes. I wish nothing but the best for you.
Yes.
Rotten hell.
Okay, next up.
That's the controversy of the week.
Wow.
A lot of letters here. This one's from Lester.
Where's he from?
You're going to find out.
Hopefully.
Blackpool.
I just finished listening to your Coronet 1220 review, and I am apoplectic with with rage. It says,
you're funny.
Oh, the title of the message is "Bada Bing, Bada Boom."
Oh, hey, there you go.
Hey, Hattie knows all about that.
Yeah.
Ho!
Hi to Mike and everyone. I just found your podcast recently through Spotify, not in the Google, and not in iTunes, and I started listening from episode 1 since the 22nd of November 2023, so he's in Europe. Now I'm currently at episode 8. There's another one of these guys going back from the beginning.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
It's just so entertaining, and I felt like a fool laughing while driving to and from work while trying...
Wait, I find that amazing, John. I do. I just find it amazing.
I'm stunned.
Were that funny?
I don't know.
In the context of film photography, I guess.
I haven't listened to the first 8 episodes.
Anyhow, go ahead.
You should.
Go on.
I only listen if I'm on it. I felt like a fool while driving to and from work while trying to imitate each of your funny voices. And, of course, my favorite...
The Google.
Sound effect. I love that! I am a Filipino photography enthusiast, who recently moved here in Australia, middle of this year, together with my family. We had been living in Singapore for about 13 years and decided a huge move down under, seeking a work-life balance environment. In short, we're just freaking tired of the busy and fast-paced life in Singapore or anywhere around Asia. Well, honestly, the main reason I made it to your podcast was that I'm working on first shift here from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. with an hour drive to my workplace, which means I had to wake up at 4:30 a.m. to prepare myself for my daily ride. And driving to and from work is new to me because public transportation in Singapore is just so damn good and efficient. I'm so sleepy while driving here to and from work, and loud music seems not effective in pulling my eyes wide open. I don't want to end up in the ditches along the way. And boom! Bada bing, bada boom!
Hey, what?
Ho!
I hope I write it correctly.
Yeah.
He spelled it perfectly. I found your podcast, and damn, it's good stuff. I'm too late for the giveaways, especially the weird expired films. No, HARMAN Phoenix. It's great.
Oh.
That's just the weird. I'm not saying expired. Weird. While I started listening to your first episode out of curiosity, I tuned into your latest episode, which is today, the 23rd of November, and heard the Google again, because we were reminiscing about how old that clip was. As consistent as usual, it was fun, informative, and enjoyable to listen to. My plan is to listen daily from the first all the way up to the latest, but I'm sure I'll be sneaking in to tuned in with your latest episodes. By the way, I forgot to introduce myself out of excitement. I am Lester Montejo from the Philippines. I've been working based in Singapore. I started from digital photography since 2009, but in 2014 I tried shooting film out of curiosity. And guess what? Curiosity became an addiction.
Yes.
And here I am today, sipping some Kodak HC110 at Dilution B while taking a bath with Ilford's Rapid Fixer. All good, mate. More power to you all, and keep the show running. Regards, Lester.
Keep the show going, okay? Keep talking, keep the show going. Don't end the show, though. I want it to keep going on after. Keep talking, keep the show going.
Thank you, Lester. It's very important.
Lester.
I think it's very important because he says keep the show running because, you know, I really feel that it's this input from our audience that keeps me fired up.
Their enthusiasm.
Yes, because, you know...
you're dead inside.
Because Lester, as you're driving, really serious, this is the parallel. You're driving to work at 4:30 in the morning, and you could barely keep your eyes open. It's like I'm sitting at home. It'd be late or late at night or early in the morning at my Windows 7 computer, which barely works. I'm like editing the podcast. I'm like, oh my god, why? Sometimes I text you.
Yes.
I text John sometimes. Like, oh god, why? Why? Because of the amount of work. I think maybe people think that like we do the podcast live and it just like goes out, you know.
Like, there's a lot of post-production on it.
There's a 5-minute delay.
And I've tried. I said, I remember when the first time you came back, I'm like, we're going to do this live, you know, not live on the air, but live to tape, and we'll, you know, I'm not barely going to edit this, and I just
you can't help yourself.
I'm like, I can't do it. I'm like, I can't.
We did the live show in Ohio, and it was great in front of an audience.
That went out live once, but then it got edited.
Oh, I didn't know you edited it.
Yeah,
edited it down.
When did we do that?
Findlay, the photo walk at the mansion.
Yeah, at the
mansion. Was it live?
With
well, I mean, we shot it all in one take, and you broadcast it.
That was live to a studio audience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Keith Swan was there from
getting
the dark room.
Audience reaction to stupid things we're saying is kind of fun.
Too stupid to do this right.
You get to find out right away if we're dumb or not. I'll tell you what, if you've got a long commute and you want to listen to a podcast,
yes,
Hattie has a recommendation of one that she loves.
Please tell me. Go on.
My dad wrote a porno.
My dad wrote a porno.
You ever heard that one?
It's a podcast? Is it really?
Yes.
I think I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's in English.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's funny.
It's this guy's dad. This guy's 60-year-old dad writes a porno novella, and it's
terrible.
His pen name is Rocky Flintstone, and it's so bad that he and two of his friends get together and just read it one chapter per episode.
Oh, come on!
And then they all react to.
That's great.
Oh my god!
That
some of it is just.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
I can't. I don't know if I can recommend it to our grade school listeners. Next up,
this says, "Dear American imbeciles."
Too stupid to do this right.
Yes.
It says, "Hello and happy Thanksgiving. I could not think of anyone else who would appreciate as much as you the fact that a coworker of mine chose to bring an 8mm... why am I reading this? An 8mm film movie camera to capture his last day in the office before leaving for a new job. And yes, he sometimes listens to the podcast, I made sure. Also," and there's a picture of him. He looks like Matt Marash.
He does, even the way he's standing.
Yeah, he's got that good tripod arms going. Also, another vote for an episode about Frank Hurley.
Oh.
I own the... Is that the guy that wrote Dune?
No, he's the Antarctic guy.
Oh, that guy.
That was from our John Carpenter's The Thing episode.
Yeah. Wait, let me... no. We were talking about The Thing, and we were talking about Antarctica, and then I forgot I was talking about my McMurdo camera on that same episode, which is named for the Polar Explorer.
Oh, okay.
So it all ties together.
That's great.
It's a great camera made in England. Also, another vote for an episode about Frank Hurley. I own the book South with Endurance that is full of his photos, and they are incredible. So sad that not all of his glass plate negatives made it back from the Antarctic when Shackleton and his crew were rescued. Best, Laura.
Thanks, Laura.
I can keep going.
There's one other guy that shoots 8mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That guy.
Feather in your cap.
Since we're like,
unnamed ex-coworker.
You know who you are.
I don't. She doesn't mention his name, or else I would, because FPP is like, if you're shooting color, it only comes from here.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. We're like the regular 8mm HQ.
It's from Justin Cruz. How do you pronounce your name? Justin Cruz. Just wanted to say hi. Hello. The email it says just wanted to say hi, but then he starts it by saying, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate all you're doing. So he wants to tell us a lot of things, apparently. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate all you are doing. I just recently decided to get back into film. I haven't shot it since the 90s. Growing up, I got into photography a bit, and my dad gave me his old Pentax camera. Everyone started with an old Pentax camera. I loved it, but I didn't pursue it like I should have. I have had several digital cameras over the years with my Nikon DSLR I purchased a few years ago. It's a very nice camera, but just isn't the same as film, and I don't care how many filters you throw at it. Nothing ever truly looks as good as what film does. My dad and grandpa used to develop and print black and white, and that's what I am starting with, but have the desire to progress into color as well. I just got a Yashica 35mm, and I'm excited to start using it, but haven't ordered any film yet. Do you have any recommendations on black and white film? I want to shoot landscapes and people from time to time. But since getting this desire again, I found your podcast and I am loving it. I started with episode 1 and I'm on episode 6 now. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Check 1 out.
Let's check 1 2 check. One more time with the check.
Check 1 2 check.
Break a 19 check.
1 Adam 12.
Check. Hey everybody, this is Michael Rosso.
This is Duane Polku.
And this is the Film Photography Podcast for March 15th, 2010.
Film Photography Podcast.
March 2010.
I started with episode 1 and I'm on episode 6 now. Oh my God. We should title this episode 4.5 just so people can hear some current information.
So he'll hear this letter read on the air in 20 years?
15 years, yeah, exactly.
I'll see you again in 25 years.
I'm on episode 6 now. I'm looking forward to listening to all of them. Again, keep up the great work and thank you. Oh, and I am from Leesburg, Texas, a small East Texas town. Thanks.
Yeah!
Do you remember anything?
I remember the Alamo.
Thanks, Justin Cruz.
Hattie, have you been to Texas?
I have.
You have?
I have.
What part? It's a very big state.
We had Austin.
Okay.
Austin, of course. That's a cool place.
And then there was a place that there was a British fish and chip shop, but I don't remember what town it was in, but I went there.
Oh, that one. That one.
But kind of just drove.
Have you been to Texas, Mark?
No.
Oh, okay.
Never.
You would love Austin.
Yes.
Austin's great.
Yes. I would like to take pictures of the rest of it, but I would probably like to hang out most in Austin.
We were in Houston. We got the worst barbecue ever, remember, Mike?
Really? It's a long time ago.
What was it, a pizza, barbecue
we
pizza?
We asked the concierge at the hotel, we're like, where's the best barbecue we can go? And he goes, oh, you want to go down the road to this place. Went there, it was like awful. It was the worst barbecue in Houston. Maybe that's what he thought I said. Where's the absolute worst barbecue in Houston?
Hey, this might be a good time to do a shout out to the Third Man photo studio.
Oh yeah,
where are they located? I think they're in Texas.
Nashville.
I think they're in Nashville.
That's not
Tennessee.
That's Tennessee.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, that's a little bit different. Texas and Tennessee.
I don't want to get any more trouble than we're already.
I know. I was going to say.
You don't want angry Tennesseans.
Conflating Tennessee with Texas will definitely get you
I went
shot
to the about page.
Strung up.
What do you call Tennesseans? What are people from Tennessee? Tennesseans?
Tennessean.
That's weird.
But I'll tell you, the Third Man Photo Studio, I wanted to do
Tennesseans?
a shout out to you guys. You guys are great, and
Tennesseans.
They sent us that camera over there. It's been sitting here like.
You're afraid to use it.
You say they sent us it, but you won't let me have it.
Oh,
have it.
I don't know about having it. So that is an official Third Man Photo Studio Polaroid camera.
Yes, beautiful. It's very
Jack
white stripe-ish.
Do you?
Yeah, exactly. It's the opposite of white.
Do you shoot Polaroid these days?
I do.
Would you shoot with it?
No.
What'd you do with it?
I will shoot with that.
I'd probably put it up on eBay. I'll sign it.
I'll shoot that.
I'll sign it Jack White, put it up on eBay.
I'll shoot the shit out
No,
of that
because
yellow film.
I do shoot Polaroid, but I have my original what's it called? The one step rainbow, and I have an SLR 680. Those are my two.
I figured out how to do our giveaway. We talked about getting so many letters from people who are like starting at episode 1, which blows my mind. Because if you listen to episode 1 to, let's say, I don't know, episode 50 or 60,
all about instant film.
it's about instant film that doesn't even exist anymore. It's about all this stuff that doesn't even exist anymore. So I'm going to take that all as a compliment that the shows are constructive enough that somehow in the year 2023 people are still finding them informative and entertaining.
They'll be like little time capsules.
You know what you could do? You should make an episode like 0.5, an episode 0, and put it up there and just say, okay, guys, look, I really appreciate that you discovered this, but here's the thing.
You mean like shoehorn one in.
If you want to hear about 110 and Impossible Project, great. Otherwise, skip ahead to season 5, and then we're going to be talking about, Factmatic for the next 2 years.
Right.
Otherwise, if you want to hear about 16 and 8mm, jump ahead to episode 270.
This is the way for us to do the giveaway, an easy way.
That?
Yes.
Just give that away?
Wow.
That is the Third Man, what is it called?
It's a 600?
Polaroid 600.
Third Man Records.
Third Man Records.
With a pack of Third Man yellow border 600 speed.
We don't even know what we're talking. As per,
we're going to give that thing over there.
As per Clive's letter, we don't even know
I
what we're talking about.
It's been sitting there for a year. We don't even know what it is.
I've coveted that thing. And
I covered it from a distance.
Oh, Third Man Records vintage instant film camera.
600.
600. It's in a beautiful box.
Yes.
You get a pack of Polaroid yellow 600 film.
That's what I just said, yes.
Not guaranteed to work.
That's right.
Because it's been sitting here.
That's fine.
The only way we could do a giveaway is this, folks, if you're listening. We're not doing any no emailing, no phoning in, no comments, none of that. You send a letter.
Oh.
Exactly. Through the United States Postal Service.
Wow.
I tried to look up Third Man Polaroid on eBay, but it's just naked pictures of men.
Oh.
Just naked pictures.
Look up Polaroid Third Man Records 600.
Well, if Third Man Polaroid is not going to come up, adding a bunch of words to it's not going to come up either. I just wanted to see what they were going for.
Yeah, we don't want to do a giveaway if they're worth like $1,000.
$7,000. Never mind, we're giving away this broken Holga.
Debonair.
$169, but out of stock.
Here we go.
You can't get them.
$400, $1,000.
No, you're lying.
All right, so our giveaway is this Keystone. Yeah, I could see.
Is that sold?
No.
Oh, what's sold?
I could see it going for. I could see it going for a couple hundred at least.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing, folks listening, and if Jack White, if you're listening, it's like we can't sell this, and all we have conscience here. Is that right? That's the proper word.
No,
we don't sell. Someone sends us a gift, we're not going to flip it.
Can I trade you for a couple SLRs?
So, Third Man Records Polaroid, you send a letter to us at P.O. Box 264, Fair Lawn, New Jersey 07410.
Tell us your deepest, darkest secret.
Film Photography Podcast, attention, giveaway. And then
make it hard. It has to be handwritten.
And this is difficult because I don't want like 2 pages of text, but I don't want like one sentence.
You have to give like.
Who are you?
Why you got the rules. 300-word maximum.
Where are you from?
No, what are you going to do with this camera? No, people are going to take it and flip it.
No, it'll be none of that.
How do we?
You have to in your letter. You have to say that you're not going to flip it,
and you have to put like a drop of your own blood on the letter to prove.
There's nothing we can do. We can't. There's things that cannot be enforced in this world, and that's fine. But everyone who's going to enter this contest is going to know in their heart that we don't want them to flip it.
Right. And if we find you flipping it, we're going to get you.
Yeah, we'll be sad.
We're going to send Clive
Cartley,
Italy, over to your house. So what? They have to put something in it that's heartfelt and sincere.
There you go. So John and I will pre-read the letters. Once you qualify, we make the letter into a little itty-bitty ball and put it in a bin.
In a bingo tumbler.
Yes, in a bingo tumbler, and then we pick it.
You have to tell us why you would want such a camera.
Oh, I'm sorry to say, folks.
Everyone is now tuned out. They're like, I don't want it. Never mind. Nobody wants it anymore.
And this contest is good in the U.S. only.
U.S. only.
Sorry,
Clive.
Yeah. Exactly. You Brits, you have too many good cameras already.
No, it would cost me. It would cost like $20 US.
That's as much as that's worth.
20.
It cost
more than that.
This costs about $30 US to ship it to like.
Would that be all?
Merry old England.
That would not be all.
That would not be all. All right, here we go. This is a letter from Bobo Smith.
For real?
No. From Lynn Senzik. What's your Instagram? Lynn Senzik _sunprinter. That's interesting. Podcast, Films Giving. Don't confuse me. After I had developed 2 35mm rolls in dead C41 chemistry, I don't risk it anymore. I will add, though, I had some of the same chemistry, always yours, that I ran over 20 rolls through. The only complaint was that the last one was very messy and not in a good way. But a good image. It's a crapshoot. If the chemistry will work, now you want me to try something different?
Mm-hmm. Oh, the new ECN2 kit.
That's what I see now. Now where we're going.
Yes.
Check out my webpage. There's a link on my Instagram. I don't post much on Instagram because it's a pain.
Yeah, see?
lynnsenzik.weebly.com. So... that's what I was saying, was I didn't realize myself that you could just throw C41 in ECN2 and it would come out great. And I did. I tried some and it came out great. And that's actually another one of the uploads I did on Flickr, was just a test image. And it looked way better. It looked so much better than the C41, because I think my C41's kind of exhausted.
Right.
I'm not even going to post my C41 result. But yeah, the ECN2 looks great. So don't worry about waiting for the C41 kit.
Absolutely. Try the ECN2 kit. You folks, you're going to love it. It's cheap. It's good, fast, and cheap, which is a rarity in this world.
And it's 3. And, yeah, it's fast, because it's 3-minute develop and then a 3-minute bleach. But the other thing is the C41 Blix stage is so toxic and ammonia and chemically that you don't get that in ECN2. Like, the C41 kit, I always got that Blix all over everything, and it stinks. And, yeah, I'm a convert now to the ECN2. So
yep.
Go for it. And it's like 50% cheaper.
It is.
Oof.
We're going to plow through 2 more letters before we go, folks, because this is just, quick bonus episode.
John, you want to read one?
Yeah, here's one for John.
Oh, I was going to say, I was going to look at that one while...
Well, this one has 2 words on it.
I was going to preview that one for Hattie. That's it.
That's what it says.
Oh, okay.
Looks like someone just spit on the page.
Well, this is a good topic. This one's a good topic.
It's from Robert. Hey, Mike. First, let me say that I enjoy the show very much. I would like to see your 125 color and other hand-rolled films in 36 exposure.
Huh.
Do you roll that long? Never.
Keep talking.
Okay. I would prefer to pay a bit more for 36 exposures. The labs charge the same for 36 as 24.
This is an old
Not
argument.
all of us develop our own film. I love some of those emulsions, but it doesn't make sense to buy 24 exposures for those of us that send it out. Thanks, Robert.
Robert, this has been...
He's trying to be frugal.
He is, and I understand 100%. We put out... I heard everyone, and we put out a whole line called DirevPan. DirevPan 100, 200, 400, 36 exposure, and no one cared. And then we had our in-house vote.
Yeah.
We took everyone's opinion here, Robert. We could not get the gang behind.
There's not a Robert amongst you.
No.
I'm the opposite.
What?
I want 12s. But I develop my own.
Develop at home.
I develop my own, and I go through a lot of cameras. So that's what happened with the Harman. That's why I didn't shoot the whole roll, because this is 36, and I got to 25 and thought, oh, I'm done with this.
Okay.
I'm bored. So yeah. But I see where he's coming from. If he's going to be spending the same amount of money to develop it.
So as of right now, December 1st, 2023, there are no plans to release 36 exposure rolls of film.
Can't you do a special Robert limited edition?
A special giveaway just for Robert.
I would consider that.
Just for the holidays.
But if you shoot black and white, Robert, do consider our DirevPan line. 100, 200, 400. Number one, it's great film.
Mm-hmm.
Mark O'Brien just ordered 10 rolls.
Jeez, he's a demon.
Loves it. It's 36 exposure.
Yeah.
So there you go. But I know he asked for the color.
That's right.
Yeah. I feel bad for the guy.
Okay. One last letter before we go, folks.
Oh, boy. Just wanted to say hi.
Wait.
That's what they always say.
When you started reading it, all of us at the same time, we started leaned in.
Yeah.
I know. Gather round.
Just like primitives around the campfire.
We've received a missive. Gather round, everyone. Hey, I have just recently... I was going to say I'm at episode 6. Hey, I have just recently rediscovered the podcast, and I am so happy I did. You guys are great at discussing things that aren't so technical that I fall asleep.
Ah.
We don't know anything.
It's too stupid to... to do this right.
But you keep it interesting with the variety of topics and interests you have. I think it was show 311 when there was a brief discussion of Mark, or maybe it was John, shooting low ISO film and the unusualness of that. I, too, am a low ISO shooter. I generally shoot expired film and or copy film, correct? That was designed, that's the inner negative stuff, that's what I like. That was designed to shoot in a machine with a bright light. Using these films has all the benefits, as you discussed, of shooting wide open in daylight. I also like to use them for capturing motion. ISO 1 in broad daylight is a 4-second exposure at f4, so you can isolate your subject with an out-of-focus foreground background and have blurry ghost people and breezy treetops. It's a great effect without having to mess around with ND filters. That's exactly what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Keep up the good work. Pictorially yours, Slow James. Doesn't say slow, but he likes slow, so I called him Slow James.
Slow James. I love to listen to my Slow James.
That's cool. We've had a few listeners who, they'll get on with their life, disappear for years, come back, and then be like, oh my God.
Yeah, a lot has happened.
I can't believe you guys are still here.
But I think this came in on November 21st, which was before the episode aired, where we said, if you're a low ISO person...
I'm telling you, there's some time traveling going on.
So he just happened to... He got his foot in the door there.
Yep.
Thank you,
That's
Slow James.
Synchronicity, right?
Something like that.
No, it's not. That's the police, yeah.
Yeah, the police.
It's two separate events happening at the same time that are related somehow.
That's called synchronicity?
Yes.
That's all we have. I don't know. What'd you think? Was this what you expected?
Yeah, it's weird because I listened to your podcast and now I can see you while you're talking, which is really weird.
Oh, okay.
That must be weird. We should do that.
Yeah.
All the listeners should come in.
But one at a time.
Yes.
Oh. Well,
that should be another giveaway.
Well, we keep saying...
all expense paid trip to Fair Lawn, New Jersey.
We keep saying about doing video episodes.
Well...
Or a video episode, just one.
No, we did one.
What?
You're not on it, so you didn't see it.
We did Zoom videos during the...
All right,
I would have to...
try to go up.
Look, I mean...
Yeah,
I'm talking like it's 1985 here, where it's like a big truck has to pull up.
We can shoot it with our phones.
I need to hire...
I don't need to hire anybody.
Jonathan.
Buy like 4
where's
Jonathan
he live?
Well, he's in D.C., but he's always here. He just came to Last Waltz last week.
Where does he stay?
My place.
Okay.
He would love to... He could come in with like a couple of red dragons or something. I don't know what. He's got everything.
Dragons.
He's got all kinds of crazy cameras.
Really, if it's just the show with us three, then we just need one shot of you two guys, one shot of me, and someone switching.
And a white shirt.
Or ISO, and then it gets edited. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to happen.
Like I said, I think overhead so they can see the stupid things. I think that would be great.
If you go to YouTube, our
like a cooking show,
Film Photography Project YouTube, we have an episode we did in Cleveland this past spring.
Oh.
You weren't there, that's why you didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
Do you know Mark only listens to episodes he's on?
I said it earlier on the show.
Oh, I told him he shouldn't, because if he listens to the other episodes, you see how much we talk about him.
Yeah. He himself isn't talking, but there's a lot of smack.
Yeah.
Going on.
Anytime someone mentions old chemistry, oh, Mark.
Yeah.
That Mark.
Yeah.
This is probably a lot less exciting than maybe you thought.
No,
The edited version keeps it apace.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because there's no downtime.
Oh, it's no.
Take
Oh
out
yeah.
all the where we just stare at each other.
I'm gonna send you guys the file. I took all the ums and the ahs out, and I put them on their own timeline.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
So I'll throw it into like Band in a Box and set it to music.
Oh, you can
and
do that?
We'll make a There I Ruined It video.
Yeah. There I Ruined
Is that such a thing, Band in the Box?
Yeah, I mean not anymore. We used to have that in the old days.
All right, folks. Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us. This has been more excitement than I can handle in one day. Phoenix film, the Polaroid Third Man Records camera giveaway, first giveaway.
Special.
It's probably the first giveaway in like 10 years. Don't forget, I don't want to see any emails.
No, if you have an email, you're instantly disqualified.
So what were the rules? Physical letter. American. North American.
North America.
No. U.S.
All right. Sorry,
Tell
Canada.
us why you deserve this camera.
Well, I don't
Continental
know.
US.
I'm not going to say why do you deserve this
pledge
camera.
that you're not going to resell it.
There you go. John has it all under control.
All right, there.
And Darren,
He didn't say that we're not eligible, so I'm going to write a nice letter and draw a picture.
And Darren, thanks to Darren.
Oh, Darren,
our UK,
our man in Bolton.
Yeah, our man in the UK. And Hattie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having
Our
me.
woman in Jersey.
Yes, also from the UK.
New Jersey.
Mark, our man in Canada, and then the two Jersey boys, Mike and John. Yeah. So, all right.
See you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. He shall wake up Garrett.
talk about Judy. In fact, we're not gonna talk about Judy at all. Who do you think that is there? It was a dream. We live inside a dream.